Agora tá valendo. Uhum. Conexão excelente. Continuar aqui de novo o Alan Wake. Ó. Belezinha, belezinha, belezinha. Continuar o jogo da onde a gente parou. A gente parou aqui no apartamento. Nesse flashback do Alan aqui de 3 anos atrás. O apartamento dele de Nova York. A Alice pediu para ele pegar café para ela. Compras. O que temos de compras aqui? Tá tendo uma nevasca lá fora. Será que é rico? Porque parece que é uma cobertura aqui, né? Ah, cafeteira. Pera aí. Ah, é verdade. Aqui eu já peguei a garrafa de café. Minha própria casa, não deixa eu entrar.
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the third day of the blizzard, and the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
Fechou, meu filho. QR Code ali. Não lembro disso, não.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
É de quem diz sobre a queda e a parada súbita no final. Eu fiquei na neve enquanto relembrava da série de eventos sombrios que haviam me trazido para cá. A reprise do meu próprio filme sádico. Uma lembrança do meu cadáver, sozinho no meu próprio velório. Mais uma vez pensando em metáfora. A mulher fatal já havia ido embora. A permanência só permanecia o gosto amargo do beijo que me matará. Isso aqui é o quê? É o coiso? É o Max Payne? Porque o Max Payne era da Remedy. É a coisa a comprar.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red, a gruesome, slushy, dissolved all
É,
the scattered
analgésicos.
painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the
Quem é viciado em analgésico é o Max Payne.
becoming one with it.
E pelo
I
tom
can
da
see
voz,
them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
ó, a TV nova do casal.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine, I'm fine. Just get the lights back on, now, please.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
Só
You
cara.
okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy.
Ele tá
You did that
tremendo?
right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Dias presentes.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter.
Só se for no supermercado que ele pesca.
Relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
False.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
Tudo bem. Será que vai ser explorável esse mapa no 2? Mas acho que não. Acho que vai seguir uma receitinha de bolo deles.
You're good to go, Mr. Wake. Sarah's probably waiting for a chance to talk to you.
Tudo bem.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Obrigado.
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Tá bom. E
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
sem problema. Deixa eu andar por aqui, minha filha.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Matei o cara, né?
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Tô indo. Desaparecido. Richard, Bruce e Jacob. Acampando, não voltaram em nenhum contato. Se tiver visto um deles ou souber seus paradeires, ligue para tá. Desaparecido em dia 20/6/2007, cara. Identificado. Bom. Deve ser em competição. É o gato, ninguém quer achar, né?
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Fechou, jovem. Vamos ver aqui.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment, after I get some fresh air.
Okay. You can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up. You can get to the back lot through that door and down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
Turn the lights on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here! Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen, you gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Naquela hora. Ei? Todo bebão.
I told him, oh yeah, well, I don't hear we're on your feet.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
A caminhonete abandonada. Aqui, gente, deve ter alguma garrafa de café.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the Sheriff's Department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Pelo menos a porta, né? Mas que ela não seja interativa, não consiga andar. Ah tá, eu achei que ele tava me olhando. O homem biônico. A gente faz um resumão aqui, tudo nesses pergaminhos. Manuscrito, né? Pergaminho não.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers. A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
O cara dá soco no doutor da cidade dentro da delegacia, velho.
Replay of that thing with the paparazzi? I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
Cachorro, filho.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Poxa, não tem nenhum livro aqui do Alan.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and
understand
everything's just...
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Fossa do mamute colombiano. Este espécime de idade estimada de 14 mil anos foi encontrado no rancho do Poço da Piche de la Prairie, em 81. Os fósseis foram doados ao Parque Nacional de Elderwood, em 98, quando o mamute colombiano se tornou símbolo do estado de Washington. Batizado de Charlie Dentuço, o animal se tornou o mascote oficial do parque. Aqui nesse balcão tem uma garrafinha de café. Aqui não tem nada. Cara, deve ser muito da hora ter. Se eu hospedar num lugar assim que você tem uma vista dessa.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Sure.
Okay, boy.
Seriously,
We're almost
Al,
done here.
you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Como é que ele escreve livro se ele não pegou nenhuma caneta? Ele assinou com a digital?
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know, I just don't want any trouble.
Right, thanks.
Belezinha. Já vi, velho. Vai abrir.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
Vamos lá.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al! Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. But you're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Mira na cara.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Na cara.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission. You want to know where you can shove that flashlight?
Lock the door when I leave.
Yeah, you go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine. In a cabin straight from a horror movie.
Ficou preso aqui? E a lanterna acesa, velho? Tá cheio de lâmpadas. Apagar a luz.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha ha! Thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back. Or until I get eaten by a grue. Watch where you point that thing, Al.
Peraí, gente. Tá tudo doido. O celular não quis ligar agora. Xiii. Vamos lá de novo. Beleza? Ah, tá ligado. Aqui na jacuzzi tem uma garrafa de café. Só que esqueceram de fazer o poço, né? Eles colocaram ali o negócio, né?
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the Dark Presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power. The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall and the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife? Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye, a figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there, just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed. Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
E depois eu leio a morte do Rust ali.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Não lembro se aqui tem alguma coisa, mas acho que não. É só a página ali que eu achei no chão.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Oh.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Centro de visitantes. Elderwood. Parque no meio do raio. Agora eu assustei, velho. Tava tão distraído aqui lendo. Aqui. Rapaz, que jeito que ele chutou essa porta.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Ah, não tava abaixo. É que tava mudo aqui. Pra mim tá ótimo. Vamos lá.
vision left me weak. This was no head injury. Rusty? Damn.
Rusty, hang on!
Oh, God.
I'm coming!
Please, help me! Anybody? Help me! Help! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone? Please, help! Help me!
Tá na mão. Acho que aqui nessa barraca tem alguma garrafa de café.
Hello?
Back here! I'm back here! Hey, please help me!
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
Pra que matar o cachorro, velho? O bichinho é forte, hein? Porque olha o estrago que ele fez.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on. I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Pra que matar o cachorro?
Hunters need hunting licenses.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Ah, Max.
Fishing
is only permitted
for those fishers who purchase a park
fishing
license. Obey
the park ranger's instructions
at all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never
you approach closer than 100 yards.
To bears and wolves, never approach any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
Pets must be leashed
At all times.
Never leave your
Pet unattended.
It is
against the law
to remove any
natural objects
or historical artifacts from the park. This includes even
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Não vai. Nossa senhora. Escorregar aqui é brau brau.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page. The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Moeu a perna do cara.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Vorve já era. Já tá no limite. Limite não, já tá abastecido, né? Tá de munição suficiente.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Caverna Moonshine. Essa caverna foi sede de frequentes e lucrativas atividades de contrabando na época da Lei Seca, 1919 a 33. Costumava ser usada para armazenamento temporário de álcool contrabandeado do Canadá, mas às vezes o álcool também era destilado no local. Se você prestar atenção, sempre você vai ver os talkers, né? Observando do escuro, ou passando, essas coisas. Ô, viado. Aquela coisa, né? Não faz sentido a vida dele recuperar sozinho, mas... Se eu não me engano, o modo pesadelo, se você jogar na dificuldade pesadelo, você só recupera a vida na hora que você chega nos postes ali de luz ali. Acho que aqui é isso mesmo. Aí não. Nossa. Ah, viado. Não vai ter. Vamos subir aqui e recuperar a vida pra valer. Calma, calma. Não enrosca não. Cara, acho que morreu, velho, porque ele caiu. O cara pulou simplesmente. Pulou não, ele foi direto, né? Na margem do rio e... Acho que nessa mesa tem uma garrafa de café. Ali tem uma garrafa de café, né? Esse jogo tá em promoção, será que vale a pena? Ô Wagner, beleza? Pai, se você gostar de um thriller assim psicológico, vale a pena. Vale a pena. É um jogo de 2010. Tem agora essa versão remaster aí, com legenda em português. Se você estiver empolgado pro 2 aí, descobrir um pouco sobre o universo compartilhado aí da Remedy, vale a pena. É ele, né? É esse aqui, né? O Alan Wake. Tem um pouquinho ali no Quantum Break, né? Ali tem algumas coisas, uns easter egg. E no Control, né? E revela o que aconteceu com ele, né? Cara, ele é um jogo que eu joguei em 2011. Joguei, zerei. Zerei tanto ele normal, assim, no difícil, como também depois no modo pesadelo, que desbloqueia também umas coisas extra nele. Eu acho que quando eu comprei ele, ele tava R$60. Acho que foi a promoção mais barata que eu vi ele na Xbox Store. Aí eu não sei que lógica ele tá em promoção, porque eu não procurei pra saber se é na PSN, se é no Xbox Live ou se é na Steam ou na Epic, né? Que acho que na Epic ele fica sempre em promoção, né? Porque agora é distribuído pela Epic, né? A árvore do qual o anel de crescimento foi extraído, brotou em 46, no ano em que o Tratado de Oregon foi assinado, outros eventos importantes ficaram registrados nos anéis. Blá, 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 blá. Não tá lendo isso aqui, não. E aquilo, né? Tipo, ele é um jogo e na falta de um Silent Hill assim, ele vale muito a pena.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares won't keep the bastards away.
Não adianta ficar catando muita munição.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up. You set him up, and I'll knock him down, Wake.
É. Ah, filha da puta. Atira! Atira, Boró! Cara, deixa gastar tudo, velho.
Lover's Peak. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk.
É um corno.
Hold 'em off, damn it.
Vou deixar usar minha arma.
Just a little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's open. Move it or lose it.
Deixa ele se fuder lá embaixo.
Get some. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe.
O cara é um babaca de mão cheia, velho.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon. This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake. That's right. You just keep coming.
Atira no infeliz, meu amigo. Aqui. Peraí, como é que é? E aí, jovem, eu gosto de jogos como online, que me faz me lembrar do tempo de 360. Tenho que regar esse álbum. Comprei esse remaster, mas ainda não joguei. Ah, sim. Ele é só um remaster, né? Ele melhorou algumas coisinhas ali. Iluminação, eles colocaram o rosto do ator que faz o Alan Wake, né? Eles copiaram. E tem legenda pra gente, né? BR. Mas joga, assim. Eu também gosto desse estilão aqui, assim. Thriller, né? Thriller psicológico. Atira aqui no infeliz, velho. Eita porra! Nossa! Vai dar merda. Vai dar merda, vai dar merda. Ah, ele enroscou, velho. Sabia que ia dar merda aqui agora.
There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake. That's right. You just keep coming. Just die already, die.
Então, The Quarry é daquela produtora, né, que tá fazendo aquela série de jogos, né, The Dark Pictures, né. Tira no cara que eu tô mirando, meu filho. E lá eu ainda não joguei. Vamos ver se um dia eu tenho coragem de jogar ele. Você não vai atirar mesmo, né?
Stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake. Feel that? Huh? That's right. You just keep coming.
Atira no infeliz. Fica recarregando essa arma, gastando à toa.
Die already, die!
Mas no que você tá se segurando, velho? Aê, animal. Isso.
Piece of cake, Wake.
Nossa senhora. Não acredito que eu tô perdendo aqui, velho.
Stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake. That's right. You just keep coming. Just die already, die!
Vai, atira, atira, safado. Boa.
Fighting me! Like that, boy? Huh?
Nossa senhora. Sério mesmo que o cara não vai?
Stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake. That's right. You just keep coming. Just die already, die!
Aí. Esquece o cara que tá pra... Cadê o animal? Veio.
Piece of cake, Wake.
Ah, boa! Vai, vai! Quebra! Nossa senhora! Alan Wake, pelo amor de Deus, velho.
Stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
Nossa, vou enroscar nessa parte ridícula, velho.
Get with the program, Wake.
Atira, animal! Besta!
Die already, die!
Vamos ver se agora vai. Chega, né, de sofrer com esses caras.
Bring it! Stop fighting me!
Boa!
Feel that? Huh? This is a piece of cake, Wake. Like that, boy? Huh? Get some! Boy. That's right. You just keep coming. Just die already. Die!
Atira!
Stop moving!
Eu acho que é o último também, graças a Deus, velho. Porra!
That's what I got for you! Stop fighting me!
Glória
Let's
a
cut
Deus.
the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her up.
Meio esquentadinho esse Alan Wake, né? Só um pouquinho.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry. No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move. In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Eu já joguei um pouco, aí eu resolvi fazer essa série aqui. Então eu já tô com alguns pergaminho não, né? Manuscritos já coletado.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason, packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo, things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more. Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him.
Ah, esse aqui ainda não chegou.
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign. And nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
Ah, verdade. Nossa, quase que eu passei direto aqui. Peraí, gente, acho que tem alguém chamando. Oi. Cortando. Ah, peraí. Ah. Recebeu meu cachorro. Bom, é o que tem. Eu me lembro, acho que para esse lado aqui não tem nada para coletar. Eu já vim aqui dias atrás aí que eu tava vendo como é que tava o jogo.
Tá na mesa.
Tá. Ah, meu Deus, peraí. Tem umas armadilhas aqui. Lascaço. Pra cá. Rapaz. Ei, mas vocês incomodam, hein? Pra cá, pra cá. Ah, ele não sabe.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Bom, é isso, gente. Eu vou ficar por aqui. Chega por hoje um pouquinho. Fazer uma garrafinha. Vou ficar por aqui mesmo. A gente continua numa outra live. Beleza? Valeu, obrigado, fui.